Over the past few years, I've reviewed over 300 illustration portfolios and I've spotted a lot of patterns. Some are common mistakes that could be holding you back, others are things that consistently make a portfolio stand out and grab a client's attention. These are just my opinions, but I've spent a decade as an illustration agent working with professional artists and some of the biggest clients in the world, so I have a pretty good idea of what works. In this video, I'll share what I've learned so you can make the most out of your portfolio and give yourself the best chance of getting hired. Think about the first impression. When a client lands on your portfolio, those first few seconds are everything. Before they even scroll, they've already made a judgment. Is this someone whose work excites me? Do they look professional? Could I hire this person for my company? Art directors, agents, and designers see a lot of portfolios, so they get pretty good at spotting what works for them very quickly. Personally, I like to see big images straight away, no entrance screens, no big blocks of text, just an immediate hit of your best work front and center. That first impression should grab attention and make it obvious what you do. A portfolio website has a very simple job to do, and that's to present your work and tell people how they can hire you. There are lots of other optional things you can add on, but the primary function has to be the priority. So we're going for impact and clarity. If it's too confusing or the layout means clients have to scroll or click around too much to find what they're looking for, you've probably already lost their interest. It's hard to judge your own portfolio objectively, so here's a quick test. Share your portfolio website with another illustrator or a creative friend and give them 5 seconds to look at it. Ask them, can they see a good range of your work and find your contact details instantly? If not, it's worth rethinking that homepage view. If you want to leave a comment with your portfolio link below, I'll give you my first impression and maybe you can help someone else out too. Don't hide great work. One thing I see all the time, and I've talked about it a lot, but it's worth repeating, some illustrators have the best examples of their work buried behind tiny project thumbnails. Logically, it makes sense to organize your portfolio by project and have each project in the project folder, but that means some of your best work isn't showing up on your front page, your shop window. And if you've only got a few seconds to make a good impression, you've got to have your best stuff on that front page. Clients don't have time to click through every project. They might only browse a few images before deciding whether or not you're a good fit. So take a look at your homepage and ask yourself, if someone saw this for the first time, would they see my best work and get the full picture of what I can do? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This one's especially for beginners. A lot of people are told to niche down and pick a lane, and there's value in that, but let's imagine your portfolio is aimed exclusively at children's picture books. That's great. It's targeted to the area that you want to work in, and that makes sense, but if you're just starting out and aiming for a really competitive area of the industry like kids' books, realistically, it's probably going to take you a while to get your foot in the door. If you only show one kind of work, you've only got one path to succeed in. Maybe your portfolio is perfect for kids publishers, maybe not. But if any other kind of client lands on your site, there's nothing there for them. My opinion on this is that it's better to start a bit broader and apply your style to lots of different subjects. Give yourself more possible opportunities to catch the eye of different kinds of clients. That's going to mean you can start making money sooner simply because you're expanding the pool of which kind of clients can hire you. Over time, you can narrow down that focus based on what kinds of projects you enjoy and what you're getting hired for. Maybe it turns out to be kids' books. Maybe not, but you can try out lots of different things and find out what actually works for you. Yes, there's a trade-off, because if you diversify your portfolio, even though you know you absolutely want to work in children's publishing, your focus will be split, and it could take you longer to reach that goal overall. But personally, I'd rather make some money and try the illustration industry tasting menu for a few years, then niche down, than spending years aiming at one target without seeing much professional progress. But that's a personal choice, and you can decide. Cut out the filler. People often ask, how many illustrations do you need in a portfolio? And there's no one right answer, but I'd say 10 images won't show enough of a range. Clients need to see a bit more to trust that you can create work to a high standard consistently. Anything over 30 could probably use some editing, because chances are there's a lot of older or weaker work included there, especially if you're early in your career and you're still trying things out and finding your style. Things will evolve very quickly, and naturally the new stuff will be a lot better than the old stuff. And that's fine, it's great in fact, but don't leave old work in there just for the sake of filling up your page. Just show the best stuff. I'd rather see 15 amazing illustrations than 15 amazing illustrations plus 15 old, unrefined bits and bobs of work that aren't up to the standard that you've set. In your first few years, aim to evolve your portfolio quickly. Add new stuff, cut old stuff, and version 10 of your portfolio will be miles better than version 1. The last one is overly designed websites. You want to stand out, and if you were to follow my recommendations exactly, every portfolio would look the same. That's boring, obviously, but I see a lot of very creatively designed websites that don't perform the primary function of showing the work clearly. There's too many distractions and menu items and irrelevant sections. Simple is better. Do you want your clients to admire your web design skills, or do you want them to focus on the work? If you're just starting out and building your first portfolio website, you've probably heard of Wix or Squarespace. They're great, but there's a lot of stuff on there that you actually don't really need. I recommend Card. It's a similar no-code website builder, very easy to use, and you can build a one-page portfolio website in a few hours, if that. I've used it for several websites and landing pages. It's a product I do genuinely like and use, and the best part is, it is super cheap. Squarespace is $192 for a year, and Card is $19 for the whole year. $19. You miss out on a few bells and whistles, but it does all the essentials, so I recommend that you start with Card and upgrade later if you feel you need to, but you might not. This isn't a sponsored video, by the way, but I do have a referral link in the description if you want to try it out. I'll also be doing a walkthrough video of how to use it very soon, so you can see how to set it up. So those are the biggest things I've noticed after reviewing a lot of portfolios. The illustration work should be the main focus, so you don't need to overthink your portfolio website. Just make sure your illustrations are presented clearly and quickly. If you want some one-to-one help with your portfolio, there's a link in the description to book a portfolio review with me, and I've got a whole playlist of portfolio advice videos too. That's a great place to start. See you next time.